play, or do you have to wait and see on anything?
We'll see Sunday or Saturday, I guess I should say. But I felt pretty good this week. Obviously, it's a short week, but felt pretty good.
Are there a lot of things you could not do because of it?
Oh, I mean, there's not a lot of things you do on practice in a short week like this to push it. So we'll have to see how it feels on Saturday. But I feel pretty good right now.
Is it a pain management thing or risk of further damage?
A little bit of both, but at this point of the year, everybody's dealing with stuff. So if I can go, I'll go, and we'll go from there.
Are you open to being on like a snap count, or are you more all or nothing at this stage?
I'm trying to be out there as much as I possibly can. So obviously, I wouldn't want to do that, but if that's the only thing that I can do, then I'm going to take what I can get.
How did you guys take when Mike said all hands on deck? Was that to get everybody the kind of incentive, like let's try to get ready for this game of the guys that were questionable?
Yeah, but I think that's the mindset each and every week. I mean, every single game is so important. It's not like these games are weighted differently than the games at the beginning. There's only 17 of them. So when you take that approach each and every week, yes, there's more to it just because of the implications with it, but it's not any less important than other games or more important.
Is it more of an ankle or a foot issue? I think we just heard like.
I think it was reported as an ankle, yeah.
How tough is this 3 games in 11 days stretch, and I guess not 2 in 5? Kind of similar to, I guess, Sunday, Thursday turnaround. Does it feel difficult with all the
It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult, but I don't know if our opinions really matter at this point.
As a player, though, is it frustrating to be put in that position, playing meaningful games on this sort of truncated schedule?
I think other guys are obviously having to deal with it too, but like I said, our opinions don't. I don't think it matters to weigh in, honestly.
I think the candy cane patch will make it better.
I don't know. Maybe some kids at home will have more fun watching us play.
It's the 4th year in a row you're going to be in Baltimore around Christmas this time of year with high playoff stakes every time. High stakes, is that these kind of games that you most look forward to?
I look forward to every game, obviously. But yeah, this is a huge game. It's an important one. Playing in Baltimore is always tough. Playing against this opponent is always tough. It always comes down to big plays in the fourth quarter. That was the big message today, and I don't see this game being any different.
It seems like these games come down to 7 points or fewer more often than not. What's that like defensively? You know you're going to be in a tight game.
Yeah, just being ready when your moment's called. Like we've said all year long, we know the plays are there to be made. It's just a matter of capitalizing on your opportunities when they present themselves, and that comes from film study and having a great week of practice. And I feel like those things have happened. But just like always, it doesn't matter unless we take care of business on Saturday in those moments.
When you guys are playing a quarterback like Lamar and an offense like the Ravens, what kind of stress does that put on your position on the edge as an outside linebacker?
Yeah, it's difficult. Just trying to keep him in the pocket, and then when he's in the pocket, try to disrupt him as much as possible. He's a 2-time MVP for a reason. He can pick you apart from the pocket, or he can also escape out both sides. He can escape the throw, he can escape the run, he can kind of do it all. So it's a tough task, but it's not just the 4 guys up front, it's everybody collectively.
TJ, why have you guys been able to rise to that tough task maybe more than some other teams that have played the Ravens?
I'm not sure. It's a tough task each and every week. We have great work weeks, we have great schematics, but what's in the past is in the past, and it's all about this week.
When you look at film of how the Ravens have maybe evolved from the first time you played them, what do you see out of Lamar and the way that he's playing at this point in the season?
I think they're just playing cohesively. When you get a lot of new parts, or just a couple new parts, especially 22, in the backfield with them, they're only going to get better with time, and I think that's some of the things that you're seeing at this point in the season.
TJ, when you're going into a game where it's a game-time decision, do you do anything differently in the day or two leading up to it or the day of the game to try to put yourself in position to maybe be in a better place than you, whether it's mentally or physically, to be ready for that moment?
I mean, besides treatment, nothing really, no.
Do or can teams change a lot the second time you see them in a season? Or are you pretty much expecting the same thing?
Everybody's changing stuff all the time. I mean, especially divisional relationships when you've seen each other multiple times over multiple years. There are some things that can stay the same, but obviously there's always going to be some sort of wrinkle, whether it's from us or them.
How about playing on Christmas Day? Do you like it?
I mean, it's different, no, but I think it's gonna be cool. The atmosphere's gonna be crazy. Everyone's gonna be watching, so it is gonna be an awesome atmosphere, and so play at 1 o'clock, and so I look forward to celebrating a win with my family after. So it's gonna be awesome.
I know you guys have a Secret Santa in here, but who would you want to pick as your Secret Santa? Who would you want to get a gift from in here?
Oh, I mean, Cam was great. I got our dog last year from White Elephant, so that was awesome. And, I'd say camp is probably one of the best gift games for sure.
All right, to this week's game. How important is having TJ Watt out there for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important. Just to have a player caliber of his and what he does for our defense, all the plays that he makes, like it's huge, especially all the plays that he's made in this rivalry. It's definitely super important that we have him out there. But one thing I'm thankful for is, our group, we got a bunch of dogs, we got a bunch of playmakers, and so we know that if he's limited in a way because of his injury, then we got guys like Nick and Preston who come in and make splash plays for us. So.
Why do you guys have their number, and how can you not take it for granted and say,
I mean, I think we just do a good job of making the big plays in the waiting moments. If you look back at the series, since I've been here, even before, a few years before I got here, like it's always been some crazy play in the fourth quarter, somebody making a crazy play, somebody getting a turnover, somebody getting a sack. I think it goes back to, like Coach Thomas showed a clip of AB's immaculate extension today. And so I think it's just really we've been the ones that make those weighty plays, and so we got to do it again this Saturday.
Alex, when you're able to make those weighty plays consistently against the same team, does that give you any sort of mental advantage when you get in those moments, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we do a good job of preparing for those moments. Every day, every Friday starting. I think there's been like three or four games recently that have come down to like a 7-shot play. Like I said, we practice and we prepare for those moments, so I think it definitely helps us a lot when we're able to anticipate what they're going to do in those moments.
Just the fourth year in a row you're going there around Christmas. It's cold, rainy. Every year there's been playoff stakes, high stakes. What do you remember any of those? Like Ben's last regular season game was in there. Kenny came back.
I mean, I think every game has just been crazy. I think every game since I've been here at least has been decided by a touchdown or less. And so every game that we play against them has high stakes. And I remember last year very vividly going to that cold, rainy game and getting out of there with the win. But like I said, we just got to bring our A game. We know they're going to. But this is a big week because it's hat and T-shirt week, and so we want to take a step in the right direction. It's got to be this week and lock up the division.
When you look at what Lamar is doing at this point in the season, how has he maybe changed or evolved from the first time you guys faced him?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's an exceptional talent, and we know that, and he's a 2-time MVP for a reason. And so, but I think in these type of games, he's gonna take matters into his own hands when it comes to that time when it's in the fourth quarter. And so I know that we really just got to get after him and cause a lot of pressure on him. And so I mean he's been playing outstanding, and so we got to do what we can to put out the fire, that the way he's been playing.
Is
You
it
talk
different?
about playing on Christmas. That's part of 3 games in 11 days and now 2 games in 5 days. Is it any weirder or different doing like Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday? Because it's usually like a quick Sunday to Thursday turn.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely different, because Sunday you're used to.
It's unusual schedule.
It's on your usual schedule. But at the end of the day, we just they're dealing with it as well. So we just got to be the best at preparing. We just got to be the best at getting our bodies back ready for after this game for the next one. And so we got to handle this adversity in a way we got to handle the best at a like better than the Chiefs when we played them on Wednesday. But I think right now, all the focus is on Baltimore and getting this win and locking up the division.
Do you have any concept of what day of the week it is? Do you even want to pay attention to
I mean,
that?
today feels like a Friday just because of our schedule, but I don't really pay too much attention to it. But we know coming in, we know the schedule that we have, and so we just got to make the most of every day that we have.
Alex, is it a blessing and a curse? I mean, they got marquee teams in these games. Yeah. And I guess, if you want to be on a good team, this is just part of it. You have to sort of just accept that that's part of it. I guess if people want to watch us play, and in important games, this is just we're going to be in these situations.
Yeah, I mean, and there's, like you said, there's a lot of good teams that are doing this schedule as well with us, and so, but this 3-game stretch can really show what type of team we are, and especially this game coming up Saturday, bouncing back after a loss. So we've done a good job of that this year, bouncing back. So we just got to, it's really going to show who we are over these next couple of games. And so I'm just confident of who we are as a team. And so I just can't wait to see us bounce back on Saturday.
Because of injuries and just the way the schedule's gone, you guys haven't faced Lamar twice in the same season very often. Is it weird or an extra challenge to prepare for him for a second time in a season?
Yeah, I mean, think this is the first time since I've been here. Played him twice in the season, but like I said, we know the type of quarterback he is, and we know the plan that we have. And we know what we have to do. We just got to go out there and execute. We just got to go out there and play aggressive and just not let him be comfortable while he's back there.